This is my comments review for Cirque du Soleil Totem that was playing at Citifield in New York. Um, I don't know how to say this with it being nice, but it's not a good Cirque show. For background, I've seen Alegria, I've seen Kidam, and I've seen a couple other ones, well, on video, but I've seen those two live. I've seen Alegria twice. And Totem is just a jumbled mess. I, I, I mean, not to discount the hard work and effort that those people put in, but thematically, I don't know what the hell they're dealing with. I mean, jeez. All right, you got one guy. He's in a mirror suit, right? That's really good. That's really nice. He's a freaking human disco ball. He descends onto one little set piece and does some minor acrobatics. And you got a bunch of frogs jumping around doing a frog dancing thing or jumping from pole to pole for like this one little set piece. And that piece gets lifted up and into the sky. The next thing you know, you go from the tribal sequence of, maybe a bunch of frogs with, I guess it has a mix of Lion King and then what one would imagine be an African tribe. I mean, one would think. I don't know for sure what the hell they were thinking when they made that set piece. And it's a complete zone change, and you have a bunch of what you could think of as Jersey-style lifeguard Guidos doing a sequence regarding minor traversing across the stage, just swinging around like Tarzan. Yeah, it's still fun. It's still good. I mean, they still have great skill, but it just doesn't match thematically. Then after that, you have maybe a caveman sequence. Looks like an evolution of a bunch of guys, but goes from like monkeys to Neanderthals. Go up. All right, that's fine. And then they have what looks like an Apache or a Sioux hoop dancer just going across the entire place. I mean, the hoop dancing sequence was phenomenal. The guy got from one hoop to another, and then it switched into like doing all five, and then started doing an eagle dance or whatever. That was crazy. And then when they had this one girl doing aerial gymnastics, I mean, she looked good. She was very strong. She did a very nice technical performance, and her abs were so hard it looked like they were made out of plastic and airbrushed on. But that's another comment on them. Some of the same guys also had six-pack abs. But then they also had one of the guys, one of the actors who went around during the earlier of the show, and it's like a scrawny Guido guy, whatever. And then one of the other you know plot clowns, I guess you could call him, had a little fishing sequence or whatever. It was like really bad sketch comedy. I mean, a little bit of improv or whatever, but you know, he's on a boat and he's trying to catch fish, and next thing you know, he's bouncing balls off of a bunch of tin plates or pots that's he using as armor. I just don't know. And maybe it's just me, but the vocal component was just not there. Like they had maybe Allegria had a great vocal component. Kidam had a great vocal component to it. Totem, it was like it wasn't really there. I mean, the soundtrack was lacking. I mean, it wasn't thematic. Now, I know I'm being a bit bitchy about the theme, but then again, I tell you that they have a UFO style sequence. Would you believe me? And then, you know, after that, it's. I mean, it's hard to believe. After that, they have. After the intermission, they have another sequence where it looks like some mad scientist guy. He goes into a little tube, and he's globe. It's it fucking bouncing, juggling glowing balls all throughout the entire thing. And another one was another sequence was basically the guy looked like he was playing with double sticks. They're like twirly double sticks. I mean, I know they are, you know, the technical stuff, the stuff he's doing does take a crap load of practice, but you know, it's double sticks. So those used to be toys on the '90s that you could, or late '90s, or you can see on the infomercials, and it was impressive in the way that they twirled around and whatnot, but they're double sticks. I mean, one of my major complaints though was you had like 5 or 6 Chinese girls on unicycles tossing plates around. Now, keep in mind, I am perfectly willing to admit, one, riding on a unicycle is hard as hell. Second, balancing plates on your head while on unicycles is hard as hell. Tossing them around is hard as hell. But thematically, I don't see how it fit into the production. 2, why'd it have to be Asian? And 3, I've seen this trick on a PBS special years ago. You go on YouTube for like Chinese girl unicycle plate trick. Something from the Beijing National Opera or Circus or whatever shows up too. So it's not even a unique trick anymore. And I'm like, and even then, I feel sorry for these girls, but you do it in production, perfection is expected, and even they screwed up 2 or 3 times on that one. So I don't even know why they kept that. And then with the mess up theming again, they had another one where it was like looked like a really bad Pocahontas ripoff, whereas like some girl looked like she was about to be sacrificed, and then some guy with she had a feather in her, and then some guy stole it, and then it was like a really impressive simultaneous performance in the air regarding that, and where the bar is going up and down, but and then like just like they're just hanging there, hanging tight. But how does that fit in? And then and it's just, after that, I mean you have the frog suits, you have the guys in the beach wear, you have that fishing clown, you have the Sioux, or the plain Indian inspired outfits. At the end, it looked like they took a bunch of the costumes were based off of Cambodian statues, and then they had the plank tricks where a bunch of people are jumping up on planks in between, and then they jump from plank to plank, and it's like kind of like a rehash of the opening sequence, and it just felt like a weak finale. I mean, it's a good show if you haven't seen Cirque before, but if you do go to Cirque and you expect the amazing and the impossible, I guess you can get kind of jaded. But my complaint is not about the actual events, it's the fact that it didn't tie together, the soundtrack was weak, and then the costume design elements, it was all over the fucking place. It's like they had ADD. No offense to anybody with ADD, but I mean, again, the promos make you think it's like an African theme. They have the hoop Indian, they have the mirror suit guy, you have the beachwear sequence where they have freaking Guido. The guy with the double sticks has more like a Matador sequence to it, and you end up with what seems to be a Cambodian statue-like thing. I don't know. Maybe it's not good. It just reminded me of Cambodia, the way the statues were. And I was like, they go like the dance, like, it just doesn't seem, legit. But if you've never seen a Cirque show, you should go, because the physical feats they do, the hard work and dedication they do, it is amazing. But if you can, afterwards, go see Alegria or Kidam, and those are really fantastic shows that really come together thematically and through production and everything else. I mean, those are unique and amazing. Well, Totem just seemed... it seemed more... instead of a unique flavor, it seemed like more like a mix mash of like birthday cake, I guess. You know, ice cream. While the other ones are more exquisite, like Rocky Road or a fine cookies and cream ice cream style of Cirque du Soleil. But have fun. I mean, so yeah.